each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Welcome. Hello, hello. Oh man, we already got people showing up. That was pretty quick. It's Monday. Another beginning to the week. Well, does your week start on Monday or does it start on Sunday? Sometimes, it depends on who you are. But now I think the week is supposed to start on Sunday. That's how the calendar does it. But I think a lot of us start our week on Monday, because we have the weekend. And we're gonna have one or two attitudes. Either we're going to make it the best day that we can, or not. Monday shouldn't be any different from any other day. Shouldn't be. It isn't for me, and a lot of my listeners. It's not any different for them either. A lot of us are not working and stuff. All my ADHDers, yeah. I know I have a lot of ADHDers that listen to me. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Oh, I'm getting some work done. And I'm working on the podcast today. That's, putting together emails, questionnaires. How would you like to be? What would you like me to call you? Is there anything specific you want to talk about your podcast? Are there any links you want me to display? Things like that. I'm just making it look a little more professional. And then I'm gonna be working on it a little bit today, but the opening theme song isn't going to change, but I need it's going to be a little bit longer. It's probably be a little bit over a minute. Gives me a little bit of time to prepare it. Does some qualifications. I've got to put some segments in there, like Trudging Together does not speak for AA as a whole. What you hear is opinion only. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So kind of that stuff. Make it look like it's professional anyway. Hi, Amber. Amber says, I realized I've known a Virgo my whole life that I've never cared for. My gears are fucking grinded. Okay. Would you be that Virgo? Now we want to know. You realize now I'm going to want a name. Alcoholics are like cats. Yeah. Especially when it comes to drama, we get a little curious. I know I do. Then we realize it's none of our freaking business. There's that too, right? Give a man a fish. ... Everybody loves ... right? I know there's a whole generation out there that just loves ... and the thumbs up. So thumbs up to you. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. Yeah. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Now, what I did is I went to AI and I asked it to compare AA to Giving Man a Fish. So I'm going to give my little spiel, and then we'll get to that. We'll get to it. So, saying goes, you can give a man a fish and he can eat for a day, or you can teach a man to fish and he can eat for life. If they like fish. Well, if they don't like fish, then maybe teach them how to hunt buffalo. I don't know. I don't like fish. But if I had to eat, I'd probably eat it. I would probably get over myself and I would probably eat it. Right. Now, I picked this. it goes along with the saying, think outside the box. And when I was in sales, even while drinking, we'd get these trainers and they come in. Yes, you got to think outside the box. And this was always my question. Excuse me, Mr. Trainer, why are you putting yourself in a box? What box are you speaking of? Because I have not put myself in a box. You may have done that, but I have not done that. Okay. That is what I would call an assumption. Tell me what I am, sucker. Right. So what is that compared to AA? Well, the first thing that we're going to do is give you a fish. Because it's a lot easier for you to learn to hear what it is that I'm saying on a full stomach. So now that I have you on a full stomach, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to fish. Why do we have to put ourselves in these either or situations? Now, I know a lot of the program is black and white. A lot of it is. It's this or that, either or. It's full of a lot of, see, that's the hard part. The program's full of a lot of ultimatums. And my alcoholics don't like ultimatums. We don't like it. It's like we're being told what to do. And we don't like that. So it's suggested, right? But don't you have a better attitude about things when you're not hungry? If you're not in pain? Isn't it a little bit easier to learn if you are no longer shaking and you can actually hold a cup of coffee? Isn't it a little bit easier? Isn't it easier to put your life back together when you have a roof over your head? When you know that you can get up in the middle of the night and have a freaking Twinkie if you want one? Yeah, that freedom, those little freedoms that we tend to take for granted. Isn't it easier? Then why shouldn't we do it? Right? Oh, we shouldn't put a roof over their head. They're an alcoholic. Okay. So you're just going to throw them a fish. In this case, what we're doing is we're literally driving by and throwing a fish at a homeless person saying, go ahead and eat. Okay, I'll get right on that. Right? Doesn't feel good, does it? Right? There's a way of doing these things. It's knowing when and how to help. Right? When compared to the adage, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime, Alcoholics Anonymous aligns with teaching a person to fish, but with a critical distinction. I'm liking this one already. The program acknowledges that an individual cannot learn alone and requires community to develop the skills for long-term sobriety. So, right? So this person over here, they were a little bit newer, right? And what they did is somebody had taught them how to fish and they just went fishing. So what they did is they gave me one of their fish. Because what were they doing? They were doing service work, right? But they're newer. They don't quite know how to, they're still learning how to fish themselves. Right? But this person over here is like, okay, now this is a rod, and this would be my sponsor. Here's the string. You want to try different lures. You might want to try this kind. There's different types of fishing. There's these, and now I'm getting into options. Well, which way do you prefer fishing? Do you want to stand up? Do you want to sit down? Do you maybe want to have waders? Do you what is it that it looks like for you? See, and then this person over here goes, oh, wait a minute, I tried it this way and it worked really well for me, right? And now suddenly we're not just catching fish, we're catching different types of fish. We're looking at different things, but it took more than one person. It takes more than one person, right? Are my trudgies? I don't call them sponsees anymore. I'm going to call them trudgies. I'm the trudger. They're the trudgies. Now we're on even plane. I'm just trying to be terminally unique here. So, Right. One day people are going to turn around. They're going to start saying it. You watch. I'll hear it in a week. Do you think their recovery looks like mine? Do you think all their recovery is exactly Dion's and they do exactly what Dion does? And no, not even close. In fact, I would get angry with them if they were utilizing just my program. And I've had people here too. They're like, Dion, you're the only AA I really listen to, and I challenge you to listen to more than me. No, there's got to be more. I should be one of many. If you like listening to podcasts and things like that, get out there a little bit more. Listen to a little bit more. Amber says you guys are gonna confuse the fuck out of people with those sayings. Oh, okay. Deep breath, Amber. As for you guys, it's just me sitting here. If I want to say it that way, I can. So yeah, you can teach a man to fish. The fish, immediate aid. Giving an alcoholic money, a place to stay, or simply taking care of their immediate needs provides a temporary solution, but it does not address the underlying addiction. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. We are. We're taking care of the immediate pain. But the immediate pain needs to be taken care of. And what is the immediate pain? Well, the immediate pain is you're withdrawing from alcohol, that you don't have alcohol in your life. Right? So what is the fish? In the representation, this would be an AA meeting. The people in AA, a support system, maybe another peer run, Celebrate, Smart, Dharma, Wellbriety, these different places. Right? Now, what else is a fish? Isn't Jesus a fish? So see, still going right along those lines, right? Now, teaching to fish is long-term. AA's 12 steps provide a structured process for personal transformation, teaching members the skills and principles needed to maintain sobriety for a lifetime. All right. Now, both of these, I believe, are needed. I believe that both of these are needed for long-term sobriety. Right? What are we doing in the beginning? Well, we're trying to stop the bleeding. Amber says, you and your trudgies is what I meant by you guys. I knew what you meant. The word sponsor is already confusing enough to newcomers, not trying to mean, just keeping it simple. Amber, take a deep breath. I'm making jokes. That's the whole joke. That's why I said I'm working on being terminally unique. I guess I just told the joke very wrong. All right. I hear what you're saying. All right. The key difference, limits to self-reliance. The most significant contrast is AA's profound skepticism towards the idea of self-reliance promoted by the original proverb. The program is built on the principle that the alcoholic's powerless over their addiction, self-will is an unreliable tool for achieving lasting sobriety. Yeah. So there we are back again to learning from others who have already done it. Or I'm going to be out there with a sharp stick, or I'm going to be trying to grab these fish by hand, or, I'm going to try I'm going to do all these different things except how everybody else is doing, because I'm a defiant shit who wants to do it my own way. And when somebody tries to help me, I'll get angry or defiant or whatever, right? So that self-reliance we're showing is not any good, right? Because I wasn't even fishing correctly. I didn't stop to learn. I just assumed and thought I would do it my way, right? Instead of relying solely on oneself, AA members are taught to find strength through a power greater than themselves, which can be understood as a spiritual entity the AA group itself, or the collective wisdom of the program. This communal and spiritual foundation is crucial to the program's success. Because of this distinction, a more accurate version of the metaphor AA might be, oh, they give us a different metaphor. That's kind of cool. Give a person a fish and you feed them for a day. Connect them with the community in a program and they can learn to provide themselves for a lifetime. They did all right. Right? So it's the community aspect that we're kind of talking about with helping somebody out, that we're teaching people lifelong skills, right? And that's what the fish is. It's these different tools that are in our toolbox, honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, God, steps, traditions, all these different avenues. And then of course the freedom to be able to choose which way that you would like to fish, according to the individual. So, all right, that's going to be it for this one. So, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out.